So there are some things that Trevor Lawrence will have to do in order to succeed in the NFL. Um, from what I've seen, he doesn't seem too anticipatory on certain throws. He moves in the pocket when he doesn't have to and when he doesn't have pressure. And he doesn't pair up his drops right with certain route concepts. So right here, let me get my drawing pen out. So right here, we have a number 1 going for a go. We have a number 2 on a seam, and we have a number 3 on a pipe. Number 1 on the backside has a go, and we have a flat from the number 2, right? So this is a cover 2 look. They actually roll into a cover 3. Trevor Lawrence decides to work the 3-on-3 side. The reason why he decided to work the 3-on-3 side, because we have 1, 2, 3 receivers against 1, 2, 3 defenders. On the backside, we have 1, 2, 3 defenders against 1 and 2 receivers. It's the totally right choice to go to this side. All right, let's see here. However, I don't think Trevor Lawrence understood the read a little bit. We have to read the safety. If he comes down, we want to throw behind him, right? If he skates over, we want to throw behind him or where he left off. And if he decides to stay on the hash and backpedals, we want a rocker 3 and throw into this hole right here. Let's see what happens. Trevor Lawrence gets the snap. Pretty decent. Boom. But right here, he has to recognize safety low, trying to reroute. Now I got to throw into this window over here, right? This receiver, you got to trust this receiver is going to win. Let me clear my markers again. All right, you got to be ready to throw. He should be ready to throw right now, but see what he does. Waits. Oh, now he's open. I'm throwing. Boom, gets completed, but our receiver gets a big hit from it, right? That receiver's shaking his head, but I'm pretty sure that hurt. All right, let's take it from here. Receiver gets the win, right? We should be thinking about throwing right now. Boom, now we throw. Now we're throwing. This ball should be thrown right here over this backer, right? Over this backer into this window right here. So that's around the 44, right? Let's see where the ball actually gets completed. Boom. Ball gets completed around the 33. So that's a 10-yard difference from where it should have been thrown to where it was thrown. That's why the safety was able to trace all the way from this side of the field to get a hit on our receiver, right? We don't want to put our receiver in this type of situation right here. This is a hospital shot. You get a guy like Troy Polamalu or Ed Reed, they're going to take this receiver out. We don't want to put them in this situations, quarterbacks. So the next thing that we have here, so from the number 1, we have a go. Let me get my drawing stick out. We have a go from the number 1, a flat from the number 2. We have double slants from the slots. And we have a go from the number 1. Now this defense is set up, it looks like it's going to turn into a cover 1 man. Because this safety right here is in the box. This guy's really at the line of scrimmage. We're kind of thinking he's going to come off, right? And the safety is going to come here, man that guy up. But Trevor Lawrence does a simulated snap, which I kind of like about it. Then we get a clear indication from this corner what this defense is going to do, right? So let's see here. Let me play it. Boom. Boom, right there. You see that corner quarter turn? Trevor Lawrence recognizes it. Now the thing is, if a corner ever quarter turns and bails, and this guy goes to the middle of the field, it's a cover 3, right? So Trevor Lawrence wants to attack that 2-on-2. So the reason why I agree with him right here, we have 1, 2 against 1, 2 receivers, right? If this safety skates over, that's the right choice, right? Over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders against 1, 2, 3, right? So that's the right choice. I agree with Trevor Lawrence on the side of throw to. However, he doesn't take his drop right. He doesn't get there quick enough, and he doesn't release the ball fast enough. He doesn't get his read quick enough, right? We want to stare this corner down. If he turns his hips and takes any step that way, it's hard for him to plant and come back down on that 5-yard out if you're on time. Let's see what happens. Here. Boom. Boom. You see how Trevor Lawrence is barely getting into his drop while this guy is turning his hips and running? Trevor Lawrence needs to quicken up that footwork and get the ball going right now. Boom. He should be already halfway through his throwing motion, throwing this to the sideline. This corner's turned and he's running. But Trevor Lawrence waits on it, boom, throws it late, and gets intercepted, right? So this play right here, we get a power pass, right? So right here, this tight end is going to fake power, get to the flat. Number 1 has a go. Number 2 has a deep over. Number 3 has a dig. So right here, Trevor Lawrence should be thinking, right when he's doing the play action, my eyes should get to this safety. If this safety doesn't skate out since he's in the box so much, this one-on-one go is there all day. As soon as I get to my third step, I'm throwing that, right? If this safety skates out, now I got to get to my number 2. And if that number 2 is covered, I get to my number 3. So let's see what happens. All of this is fixable. You know, during practice, you could tell him to eye down this guy. My biggest problem with what happens is at the top of his drop, he kind of hitches, and then it makes him really late on the throw. So right here, let's check it out. Boom, play action, hitch, late. Completes it. Very long throw, though. Very, very long throw, right? Here. So let's check it from another angle. Here, right? Look at where his eyes are. Why is his eyes back here? Get your eyes right here. The safety stay low. Now make sure your number 1 guy wins. Clear it. Make sure your number 1 guy wins. Boom. He won. Throw it now. You should be throwing it, ripping it right there. But he hitches, makes him a little late, and he has to throw it even further than before. Boom. Boom. Beautiful catch, though. Beautiful catch. So right here, let me rewind this. So right here, this is what happens when you hitch or you move up in the pocket when you don't have to. Other defenders on this play can get involved. Trevor Lawrence actually gets picked off right here. So from the number 1, we have a post. From the number 2, we got that deep curl. We're reading the safety. If this safety stays flat-footed, we're throwing this post right over top him to the back of the end zone. But since the field is so condensed, you have to get your read quick, and you got to get the ball out quick because defenders can, you know, skate everywhere like in this play. Boom. Right at the snap, safety is flat-footed. Safety is flat-footed. That should tell Trevor Lawrence, hey, as soon as I get to my third step, I'm ripping this right behind him, right there. I'm going to rip it as soon as I get to my third step. But Trevor Lawrence, let's see what he does. Third step, hitch, hitch, throws, gets picked off. Let's see where that safety came from. This is a safety. Let's see where that safety came from. That's this guy right here. This guy should not have a play. I mean, he should not be able to make a play on this play, right? As soon as you get to your third step, rip it in there. If you don't, it's going to get picked off. NFL quarterbacks need to live in the red zone. If they cannot make a play in the red zone, they will not succeed. So Trevor Lawrence needs to work on this a little bit. I understand, you know, it's not too bad that he moved up in the pocket. It is sort of pressure, but right here, you should decide to just rip it. If you get pushed into, it's fine. Get pushed into. Take a step, rip it.